Hey everyone, just have a little video here for you. This kind of covers my cook kit for my get home bag or bug out bag, some people call them, but we'll go over that in another video. But you can kind of see that it's in a MSR water filter bag. What I actually originally did was, when I was making this cook kit, I bought not a Maxpedition but a Condor water bladder container, which was pretty good. It's a strong looking bag, but the only problem is some of the stuff in here, like the cups, one I wanted to fit in there was just too strong, and I don't like things to be too hard to get out, especially if it's cold. If you're cold and you have your fingers are freezing, or you have your gloves on and you need a lot of dexterity, or you don't have a lot of dexterity and you need to get things like this out, the last thing you want to do is have to take off your gloves, touch metal and things like that, and injure your fingers. So what I actually did was I took my water filtration system and actually put it in the Condor bag, which worked out really well because I was able to put my spare bladders and everything in there, and I was actually able to hook it right on the back of the get home bag, which you'll see in a later video. And it's nice because I can disconnect the MOLLE straps and walk away, but I digress because I'm going to keep talking about that. But anyways, so here's the cook kit. Real simple cook kit. You can actually see this a few of these cook kits on YouTube and things like that. Some folks have like their own little variations of their cook kits. I have mine. This is more or less for hiking and camping and so on and so forth. I don't really need something that's going to go on a long expedition because I don't live very far from work. A lot of times you'll see folks who have a large bug out bag and they need a big cook kit and things like that. I don't go down that road, just for the fact that, like I said, I only live about 10 miles from work, and really I'm never that far away from home. But anyways, so what I did was I have these two GSI stainless steel cups here. Now you can get the titanium ones, but because I'm not an ultralight camper, I don't really care. The stainless steel is a little bit heavier, but it does hold up well. As you can see, that there's nothing in this cook kit that's plastic except for the silverware. But anyway, so to start off the cook kit, this is that Stanley outdoors cook kit that you can get from Walmart, Amazon. Really, most outdoor places have this. I actually was at an outlet shop out in kind of southern, let's say middle Ohio, and the Eddie Bauer shop had these for 20 bucks. I didn't get one just because I couldn't afford it at the time. And actually Walmart, I got mine from Walmart and it had it cheaper. It was I think it was like $14.98 or $14.97 or something. But anyways, you can see that I took this handle off here. This is a tension handle. It simply just goes right on here. I'm not going to fully put this on here, but this is where this is where it would install, and it actually clips into place here where this lid is. It works really well. The only problem is I can't have this on here because when it's out, it sticks out at almost a 180-degree angle there. But then also I need to stick stuff inside here. So it's not hard to take off, it's not hard to put on, so I keep it with me just when I need to cook. So what I did was, this actually will fit 591 milliliters or 20 ounces, which is nice because you can boil two portions. This actually can be a cook kit for 2 people, and that was another goal of mine. My wife, she's a very strong lady, but she has some things in her bag, and I know that if I give her a heavy bag, I'm going to end up having to carry it anyways. So why not just have a cook kit? She does have a cook kit. It's a small cook kit. It's just one person. But why not just have a cook kit for 2 people? That way, I could just say heck with it and carry it. But I have that cook kit right there. I have the cup, so what I end up doing is I just take, here's a windscreen that I have, but I take the cook kit, put inside that cup. Now this is a 1 liter, this is made by, oh boy, I can't remember. Gaia Designs. I know this is actually made by Nalgene now, but as you can see, it has that tapered edge on there. And the reason I have the tapered edge is just because I want a little bit of a looser fit in case I need to fit any kind of extra windscreens or any kind of thin material around here for some reason, like a little insulated cup. They're not insulated cup, but a little caddy. So anyways, so it just screws on right like that. Goes in there like that. This goes on top. This goes up here. And that's essentially the cook kit. Now what you kind of see here is my windscreen that I had off to the side. This is just a simple baking sheet that I got at Dollar Tree. I have this folded up half the size, but it's a very big windscreen. It'll actually, so here's a little size comparison. So here's my Nalgene container. This will actually go up to here on the Nalgene container. I do have multiple different ways to have a fire, which I'll show you in another later on in this video. This is the Emberlite wood stove, which because I live in Ohio, there's pretty much trees or burnable material anywhere you want. We don't really have any restrictions on starting any fires, you know, like in the Midwest where they say you absolutely cannot have fires in certain areas because of the risk of forest fires. Here I can actually just use the Emberlite wood stove, not have a problem. I also have an alcohol stove, which I'll show you later on in this video, and it's all kind of nicely packed within my get home bag or my hiking pack. So, but anyways, this is pretty much just it. Whoop. I just put the windscreen in there, stove down in there like, or the pot down in there like that, the Nalgene container, the cup on top, and here you go. And this is just a simple, this is actually pretty slick. So you got a nice little spork here. Let's see if it'll zoom in on that. Got a nice little spork. Everybody knows a spork. Anybody who's gone to public schools knows what a spork is. And then this is pretty slick. This is a spatula and a knife all together. Now, I got this at Dick's Sporting Goods. It cost, I want to say, I think like $4. Now I know I can easily get a spork and a knife and a fork, or a spork and a knife and eating set for free if I go to a cafeteria, but I don't really have any cafeterias that have sporks that I go to. So, all right. Well, hope you like this video. All right. As promised, later in the video here, I told you I would show you the Emberlite stove. It's not a virgin stove anymore. It's dirty. This is not the titanium version. This is the stainless steel version. I got this. It's made in the USA. Best way to get it. Even though some of my stuff I do have for my backpack is made in China or Taiwan or France or something like that. But when I can afford made in USA, I get it, and you can definitely tell the quality. But this is made in Utah. There are a few other stoves that you can get. You'll see some stoves that are on YouTube where it's called the Firebox. There's another one that I can't remember the name, but Scooch does it, or Such does it on his channel. There's another company that's in South Carolina, and it's a nice looking stove. The only problem is it's like 55 bucks. This was $34 on Amazon. You can actually see how thin that packs. I mean, that packs very thin. Does have a little bit of weight to it because of the stainless steel, but I'm fine with that because I know it'll last longer. Now the titanium one is right around $75. So if you're an ultralight backpacker, or you really care about the weight, and you have the money, you can easily get that. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of set this up here for you. There's just 4 sheets, and you'll see with these sheets here that there are airflow holes in the bottom, and there's also this little notch. I don't know if you can see. There you go. You can see that notch right there. That is made for that to go into, and that's kind of how this plate stays in place. So you just put the stove together with these notches. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get these together, but I like to put the 3 panels together. Now when you buy the stove, I think it comes with instructions, but just like most every guy, we don't look at the instructions, or we throw the instructions away. But I have the stove already here. Now the one part that is a little difficult is this part, and the one side has tabs that go up, the other side has tabs that go down, so you got to kind of just ever so gingerly bend this into place. Now this is a little bit unsteady just because my table is my table's not even. But this is a very, very, very steady stove. It's nice and big. Sorry about that. It really bothers me when whenever I try to do something. My table is. It's one of those cheap Home Depot tables, the plastic tables, so and I used it for quite a bit of building on some things prior to this, so it's a little warped. But anyways, I digress. So this is the stove on the top here. It is quite large for quite a few things. Let me grab one of my kettles. So this is one of those GSI Halite kettles. It fits nice and perfect on there with no issues. Here, I'll just do it like this. It fits on here with no issues. Then also, if you have anything that is smaller and doesn't fit on very, very well, for instance, like my cook kit, it is smaller and it's definitely not going to fit in there. You have this stand right here that works out very well. Now if you check on the other part of my channel, or even I might even just put it in the end of this video, you'll see me actually having a little bonfire. My wife wanted a bonfire to roast marshmallows. I didn't want to make a bonfire, so I used the stove, and you'll kind of see that I ended up getting into a bonfire already because it was a pretty big fire. The flames were right around 12 to 16 inches off of the stove. So it took just a little bit to get it going, but because of all the air holes and everything that are in here, the fire was actually able to get roaring very, very fast. So, and the other thing that you'll see too is here in this front hole, I don't know if you can see this or not, kind of put this piece of paper in here. So there's a big hole that's in the front here. That's really nice for feeding your twigs and lumber and sticks or anything in there. I just kind of put everything I needed in the top here and threw a match in the side here, got it going, and then once I got some nice hot coals and a nice fire going, I just started putting larger sticks in, and it was just a matter of pushing the sticks in, very similar to how you use a rocket stove. But I enjoy the stove very much. You will keep this in my pack, and I was actually considering getting my wife one. It's just a matter of spending another $34 on it. So, alrighty. So this is that multi-fuel stove that I purchased on Amazon. I ended up getting 4 of these. I got 2 of them that were originally $6. I think it was like $6.80 on Amazon. The only problem is the I didn't know that it was coming straight from China. So when I checked out, wasn't really paying attention to the shipping because I have Amazon Prime. Usually everything comes in 2 days. Later on, a few days later after it didn't get here, I noticed that it said shipping 17 to 29 days. So I waited and waited and waited, and just like most other guys, were very impatient. So I ended up going back on Amazon and purchasing another one. Now I spent $1.50 more on this one, but I will tell you that this is a little bit better quality than the other one. The other ones are just fine. It's just you can kind of tell like the metal moves easier, the shelves move easier. Now the gas control is the same. Everything's the same. It still has the piezo igniter on here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, you can probably see it. But anyways, it just opens up nice and easy, just like that, and it locks into place. Now you'll see that you have small little shelves that are on there, and those are nice, but mostly everything that you have is going to be fairly large, so you just pop those feet out there like that, and here's that GSI kettle to give you an idea of the size of that kettle, or size of the stove for the kettle. But that'll fit on there well. Or if you're looking at boiling one of those 1 liter containers, this will actually work really well. Now I did do a boil test on this, not on this specific one because this one's nice and clean, but on another one, but it's the same exact stove. I boiled 4 cups of water in about 3 minutes and 20 seconds, which is pretty stinking good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Just a review. This was my homemade cook kit. This was the Emberlite wood stove. This was the mixed fuel stove, the butane and propane stove. And this is just the MSR kettle pot that I use kind of as a size comparison, which is not really part of my cook kit. But hopefully in the future you'll see some more videos very similar to this, and I hope you enjoyed.